I'm going to try my best to show you how to make a new Sunday playlist. Hopefully everything will go smoothly for you on Sunday mornings. I tried my best to create templates so that you can just copy the templates and it should be pretty straightforward. So let me first explain the libraries on the top left. So I organized all the libraries into different sections based on the procession of the service. So you can see you have welcome, and then when you click each of the libraries, you'll see the items down below. So here are some of the songs that we have. The announcements, we have like a general announcement and the Easter announcements. Sermons, we're just sermons. Closing and miscellaneous. So these, I'm hoping we can just put in, any videos that we have. So what you first need to do on Sunday mornings is you have to go to this sermon library, and what you want to do is create a new presentation. Before we were just copying and duplicating, so that doesn't work, because when we just drag one of these into like a new playlist, you're actually overwriting the asset itself. So every time we have a new sermon, what you want to do is create a new presentation. So you can either click this plus sign and say new presentation, or if you're in the sermon library, you can duplicate this template that I made. So what you want to do is, not duplicate, you want to copy and paste. So you copy, and then you right click and you paste. And we'll rename this. So today's date is, I already have the 10th. So let's just make test sermon. So you can see it should be the same as the template, right? So what you would do here is you click one of these slides, go to edit. And basically this is where you can edit your sermon presentation. So I already have the title slide. The fonts should be set so that it shows up pretty big. All the normal stuff you would do here to edit. What you might want to pay attention to are the different layers. So you have one layer is the text that's on top of the background layer. If you don't modify this, it should just work. And then I created a blank one. So this is where you can start editing and putting in the points. If you want to create a new slide, you just click this plus. We're using the Easter clean theme. So the Easter theme has a little but God kind of logo on the corner. So I created a new one. You can use this. So this first one is the title, and then just keep adding this one for all the quotes and stuff. In terms of adding the Bible verse, so you click this Bible button. And the thing is, if you were doing this at home, we actually don't have access to the ESV version. So you would have to either copy and paste it or wait till you're on the work or on the church computer. So you type in Ephesians 6:1, press enter, you'll have your two slides. Then you click save as, and make sure you don't do save to playlist or anything. Just do copy to selected presentation, and that will get it copied over to your working presentation. Then you'll go back to show, and you can see the slides are there. So that's how you edit just the sermons. So now let's say you're done with the sermon, you have all your images added in. Then you'll go to playlist. So same concept. I created a template, and in this template, I wrote out what in general what we need. So you usually need a welcome slide. You need songs, announcements, the sermon, the response song, and closing. So this will kind of give you an idea of what you're missing and how the procession will be. So this is similar. You need to you shouldn't just edit this. You should duplicate it and rename. So today's date is 05/10. You can drag and move the playlist to reorganize it. So now you're in this playlist, right? So you're missing songs, you're missing the sermon, and maybe some announcement slides. So let's start out with songs. So you go to the song library, you try to figure out what song we need, so you just drag and drop. So you can see I just dragged and dropped Is He Worthy? It usually brings it down to the bottom, so just organize it, bring it up to songs. Do the same thing for any of the songs that we need. Then same thing with the sermon that we just worked on, the test sermon. I drag it here. It automatically brings me to the working playlist. Test sermons at the end. I would need to organize it. So now you can see in your playlist, you have your welcome. That was default. We added a song. We have our announcements, sermon, and closing. So we're missing a response song, but we can add that now. So let's pretend we need a song, but we don't have one. So you would do Control F, and then you go to SongSelect. So this is our current working library. This is SongSelect. So I think we already have King of Kings, but we'll add it again. Or I guess we can do Lift Him Up. So you would click Import. Here we want to line break at 2, or line break with 2 delimiters. So that means each slide will only have 2 lines. For the theme, you want to go to Easter, Clean, and the Worship. So that should be all set up. Try to save it under the songs library, and then you can click Import. There he is. And actually, if you look at it, so here's the slide. You can click Edit to make it bigger. You can see it already has the Easter theme, and we actually don't have like the licensing on the first slide, so that's kind of nice. So we're in the songs library. We have Lift Him Up. We can drag it to our working playlist, organize it as a response song. And that's pretty much it. Let's say we have announcements and we're missing some announcement slides. You'll go to Media, and then I have this announcement JPEGs. So here's some of the media that we either paid for, we downloaded. There's countdowns. It's kind of missing here because I don't have it from the church computer, but once it's all set, they should be here. So they have announcement JPEGs. So let's say I want to add in the filmer community slide. I just drag and drop up into the announcements. And you can close the media, you give yourself more room, and that is it. Press clear here. So when you're presenting, you can just click each slide. When you're done presenting, just press clear. That's the gist of it. I think we'll make more changes if we figure out, how to make this better. So yeah, let me know if you think there should be any changes. Let me walk you guys through service. So if you notice, some of these sections have a green circle. So right now I only have one display, but at church we'll have 2. So when you first start, these are preset. So right now, if you do announcements, it'll actually take up the whole screen. So that's actually what we want for the welcome and announcements and closing. We don't want to show any of our cameras, so it'll just be announcements. And then when we start worship, you would want to click here and go to edit looks. Right now, I only have a default, but the church computer will have one that says, I believe, sermon, and then another one that says look, and that just means worship. So you would just click, like, so because we're doing worship, you'll click the worship one, and then you'll click make live. Right now I'm on my own computer, so I actually don't have an active seat. I can't make live. So you'll do that. And then when we go to announcements, this will already be set to announcements, so you can just click on it. After the congregational prayer, we come to sermon. And for sermon, we had set up a lower thirds. So that means that all the text here will show up on the bottom third of the screen. This is where you need to remember to click edit looks and click sermon when you see it on the left. So just click sermon and then click make live. After sermon, you would have to do the same thing, because when we go back to songs, you would want to click edit looks. There will be a song one here. Click song and make live. And that should be it. So hopefully this is pretty easy for everyone. I can be there and show you guys if you guys need help. But yeah, let me know if you guys have questions.